Okay, so let's talk about how we're going to do an ICN by remote. So obviously the live element is gone, so there's not going to be any live directing or anything. It really becomes then little small pieces that we're going to assign to people, and then I'm going to put them together using, I have Final Cut here at home, and I have pretty fast internet, although it doesn't compare to the college. But right now, the college is closed, so they don't want staff infecting each other, so we got to do what we got to do, right? So because of slow internet, especially for you guys, we have to keep everything, every element 30 seconds and below. So that means when you record a piece, you'll have to either upload it to YouTube. I also have a BPT site, which I'll give you information on how you can upload it to that site. It should be here somewhere that shows what the username is and the password. Or if you have your own YouTube channel and you just want to upload it to your own YouTube channel, I have a downloader here, so I can download it. So as far as getting the elements, we've got, you can text it to me. If you have an iPhone, you can upload it to a YouTube channel, either yours or the BPT's channel. And you're going to record these on your phone. So hopefully you know how to change the settings in your phone. I recorded a 15-second clip of my dog Lucy, 1920 by 1080, made sure she was moving around, and it took approximately 2 minutes to maybe 3 minutes to upload and about 4 minutes to process. So that gives you some idea. So probably if you have super slow internet, you can probably triple that. And I had someone just message me a video, a 2.5-minute video, to my text. Now they have an iPhone, and that took approximately, it was a 2.5-minute video, and it took approximately, oh, I touched my face. It took approximately, I think, about 2 minutes. So if you have an iPhone, again, you'll have my email or my phone number, and that's a great way to get the information to me. All right, so let's just I'm just going to give you an example of how this will be produced. So we have that 15-second tease. So for my example, let's pretend like Elena is the anchor. So we're going to send her all the intros. So in this scenario, in this new scenario, there are no readers. The anchor anchors the show and always throws to someone else who's going to give us the information. So if I want to talk about so I have a SOT from Walter. So Elena might say something about, ICC has been dealing with the coronavirus for the last 3 weeks. Here's Walter Dalton to tell you about what steps they've taken. And then we go to an SOT. So what Elena would have to record would be her saying, Walter Dalton has, ICC has taken unprecedented steps to deal with this coronavirus crisis. Here's Walter Dalton to give you an idea of what steps they've taken. That's all she'd have to record. So she'd record that on her phone, she'd upload it, and then I'd pull it down and I'd keep that aside, and then I've got the Walter piece. So then maybe the next story is, Elena says, how many cases are there in Rutherford County? We go to Zach Powell, who's going to give us the rundown on how many people have become infected in Rutherford County. And then that's all she records. So that's another, say, 7 seconds worth of video. And then Zach then has to talk about how many numbers so far as of, and we'll say the date. As of March 29th, Rutherford County has tested over 200 people, and so far there's been no cases. As far as North Carolina goes, they have tested 6,000 people, and 300 have come back positive. So then Zach would record that little piece, upload it. So all these pieces are being uploaded, and I'm the one who is tasked with putting them all together, just because that's going to be a slow and arduous process, and it requires an editing system, which I have, and it requires good internet, which I have. But so your job as the producer is going to be to create this puzzle. So you're going to be responsible for writing all those scripts and creating a format that does throw to different people. So we have the people in TV performance, we have the people in capstone. So if you're producing for capstone, please use the capstone people first. So Shelby might decide that she's going to anchor her own show. So if you are the producer, you're responsible for the rundown, you're responsible for the scripts, and I'll work with you to get people to be assigned to these pieces of puzzle. So obviously the 3 Vos and the 2 Sots out the window. If you're, if let's go back to that example we just used. If Zach's talking about how many people have become infected with the coronavirus, that might be a great place for an animation or graphic. And if there's someone like, say, Carmen's in TV performance and she wants to work on doing some graphic animations, she might be able to whip together a 5-second or 10-second animation of, like a bar going up that shows, here's Rutherford County, we've got 0 cases. Here's Wake County, they've got 200 cases. Here's Mecklenburg County, they've got 600 cases. So think about full screens that might make this a little bit more interesting, and people who might have either the tools or the desire to create some animation might step up and say, hey, I don't really want to be on camera, I don't really want to write anything, but if you need any cool animation, I'd be willing to try to do that. This is one show that's 5 minutes, but so Carmen might be responsible for 10 seconds of video. Shelby might be responsible for 6 15-second pieces of video. Will might be responsible for one 20-second piece of video where he stands outside on the street in where he lives and talks about how there's now a stay-at-home order in place for Rutherford County. You might not think of yourself as a media professional, but I know most people are turning to the television news to find out what's going on. And this is an underserved community, and you have the opportunity to tell the stories of Rutherford County during this crisis. So if you have a personal story to tell, if you know someone who's struggling because they've been out of work now for 2 weeks, that's a great story to tell. This is your chance to tell your story and talk about what this crisis means to your generation. So we're still going to do story meetings. What I'll do is I'll put a link to the meeting. And the meetings right now, I'm thinking, now you guys can weigh in if this isn't going to work for you, but I'm thinking 11 o'clock on Monday mornings is when we'll meet to talk about the show. Not everyone has to be there. The only person who is required to be there is the producer of that week's show. But everyone is welcome to come in. It might be a nice chance to catch up with your peers. So I will put that in TV Prod, I will put that in TV Performance, and I will put that in Capstone. Zoom meetings will happen every Monday. We'll give assignments then. They'll be posted by 1 p.m. We'll need all the material back and done by midnight on Wednesday. I'll put the show together on Thursday and release it either Thursday or Friday, depending on how long it takes to upload. So I think this is a plan. And again, y'all have my cell phone number, so you can complain to me or tell me that there's no way you can do this, and I will plan accordingly. But I got faith in you. You guys are way smart.